We've been talking about it all afternoon, all week, and for months, it seems. The Academy Awards finally, though, just 2 days away.
We are so excited for it, and here to break down everything you need to know ahead of Sunday night ceremony are a powerhouse trio of ABC News contributors. We have Kelley L, Chris Connelly, and Muse. Welcome, guys. Happy to have you guys here to talk about Hollywood's biggest night. We're so excited. Kelley, let's start with you, because since these nominations came out, it's been a couple of months ago, we've had the SAG Awards, the Critics' Choice Awards, the BAFTAs. We know a lot of people look to those ceremonies to kind of predict Oscar. What about the Best Picture race? Do we know who the front runner is or who's going to win this?
I mean, it still in some ways feels like it's up for grabs, but I think Anora, Conclave are definitely in that conversation. But I mean, it remains to be seen, because normally I think this time of year we kind of have a pretty good idea of who's going to walk home with that Best Picture win. But this year it could be one of those two. It could be one that we haven't even talked about. It could be my favorite. I don't know.
You don't know. All right, Chris, let's talk about Best Actress. Demi Moore has won a bunch in these run-up award ceremonies, but Mikey Madison won the BAFTA, which sort of tipped the race into a little bit of chaos. Is this Demi Moore's award to lose, or is there a competition here?
Well, I think all eyes will be on Demi Moore and on this Best Actress category. You know, a lot of times people say it's an honor just to be nominated. And in this case, for the Best Actress, it's true. Look at who didn't get nominated. Nicole Kidman, Angelina Jolie, Kate Winslet, Amy Adams, Marianne Jean-Baptiste, who was phenomenal and was awarded by both the LA and the New York Film Critics. So if you've got in this gang, you're the right way to go. As for Demi, I think Demi got nominated for that amazing scene where she looks at herself in the mirror and keeps trying to improve how she looks and can't make it work. Really powerful scene. I think she has a chance to win because of the way she framed her candidacy during her Golden Globe speech, that she was always regarded as a so-called popcorn actress, and that now she has a chance to be an award-winning performer. That's a powerful storyline, and like you say, I think that puts her in the driver's seat as we look to see who will win Best Actress.
A very powerful storyline, I agree. So Mike, let's talk to you. One of my favorite parts of the Oscars is filling out that Oscars ballot and picking, who we think are going to win. So who are the locks for people at home who will be filling these out?
You know what my favorite part is right now about this year is that there are no favorites. There are only two that I feel are absolutely locked. I know, Rita, I hate to bust your bubble on that one, but this what makes this year's Oscars so exciting, and we're all going to be on the edge of our seat trying to figure out who is going to take home that golden statue. The only two, America, that I would say are locked is Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain. He has had an incredible award season. He's been sweeping the award season, and he delivered an incredible performance of A Real Pain. It was subtle, but it was still very powerful. It was comedic in places, and it was also emotional. And so his range of emotion that he showed was absolutely amazing. And the second person that is locked is Zoe Saldana. I mean, congratulations to her in advance. This is her award season, and she has done an incredible job in that portrayal that she did at Emilia Perez. And so those two, America, are locked. Everyone else, do not lock your votes in.
All right, a lot hanging in the balance still, aside from those two categories, according to Muse. So, Kelley, diversity is always a part of the conversation at the Oscars. How did the Academy do this year in terms of representation?
Well, I want to go back a little bit and remind you guys that 10 years ago, Oscar So White was a trending topic and really affected a lot of change, helped affect a lot of change. At the time, then President Cheryl Boone Isaacs said that they were already in conversation to further diversify this voting body, and a lot of strides have taken place. And I think we're seeing some of that play out in this year's, Oscar nominees. We see Zoe Saldana, we see Cynthia as a two-time Oscar nominee now, Coleman Domingo back-to-back as a nominee, and so many more.
Chris, before we let you guys take a little breather here, your buddy Conan O'Brien is the host. What should we expect? What do we know about his hosting duties here?
I think the plan has been to do maximal preparation, but to also do things on the fly. I think he's hoping to make a big impact in how he reacts to things that takes place on stage. So if somebody says something unusual, if there's a surprise, his capacity to be in the moment along with the rest of us will really be key. There's a ton of information and stuff that he's recorded, maybe a couple of things that actually take place outside the Dolby, but he will be going on his own instincts as he's out there to see what works. I guess he's been workshopping his opening remarks around town a little bit, and they've gone over really well. So I think people are super excited. He's part of the fresh air that a lot of this year's Oscars is all about, I'd say.
Okay, we can't wait for that.